Good afternoon, traders. Welcome to NinjaTrader Live. I'm Tracy Shuchart, Senior Economist, and let's talk about some headlines while we were away. We did have a 5-year TIPS auction. It went pretty solid, but it showed that investors are demanding a higher real return that they have in recent months, demanding higher yields. The yield finished at 1.433. Now, that was significantly lower than we saw a year ago when yields were over 2%, but still higher than the last 5-year TIPS auction. Next, we had, Trump, there was an expectation today that Trump was going to sign an order recommending the loosening of federal regulations on marijuana, which did happen. And the order directed the Attorney General to move ahead with reclassifying marijuana. Now, we've had, in anticipation of this, we've had many of these pot stocks move higher, particularly MSOS, the Advisor Share Pure U.S. Cannabis ETF. However, then during a statement with the press, he said that marijuana order is not legalization, though Congress may reconsider hemp-derived CBD classification. MSOS dropped 14% on that and was halted for volatility, as well as some other pot stock names. So there you have it. We really don't know exactly what is in this order yet. It hasn't been released to the public. So this was just on Trump's comments to the press pool as he was leaving the White House. Next, we had the Bank of Mexico cut its benchmark interest rate to 7.25%, the lowest since May 2022. We did not see much movement on the peso on that. On the AI front, we had Oracle and OpenAI have received approval from the Michigan Public Service Commission to power their proposed data center in the Saline Township, which will require 1.4 gigawatts of electricity, which is a lot. Let me just tell you that. And DT Energy did get the contract to power this. Then moving on, I wanted to talk a little bit about why we are seeing so much volatility today in the markets. First, on kind of the technical internal side, we have the S&P and the NASDAQ and the VIX all in a negative gamma environment. And that means that dealers are trading in the direction of the market. So we've been a bit more volatile, and generally we don't see the VIX and the index markets in negative gamma territory at the same time. So this is, as the VIX is moving, it's moving indexes, and then dealers are moving with the market instead of against the market. And so that is causing some volatility today, which is great for traders. We did have the soft CPI data this morning. We talked about that. And obviously lower inflation gives the Federal Reserve to kind of cut interest rates more. However, the kind of bearish side to this is that investors are debating if this cooling indicates broader economic slowdown. And this kind of uncertainty can lead to sharp reversals during the day as traders digest the implications for the Fed's 2026 policy. We also saw a notice from JP Morgan's quants. They issued a warning today regarding extreme crowding in speculative growth stocks. They noted that momentum in many AI-related names has reached the 99th percentile, making them highly vulnerable to sharp unwinds. So if people are reading this, that could spook some people and getting out of some of these more bloated AI names. And last but not least, on kind of this volatility front, we do have year-end rotation and positioning and tax loss harvesting and things of that nature still going on. Although the roll is essentially over We still have tomorrow with a lot of options expiring with a notional value of $5 trillion. So a lot still going on underneath the surface before the holidays start. And with that, I will pass it off to XY and Salma for Trade the Close.
Hello, hello. Thank you, Tracy.
No
What's up,
gym
XY?
today. What's up? What's up? Hey, are you short?
I am. Yeah,
High five.
let's
We're in the
go.
same trade, looks
Dude, I
like.
was trying to short earlier today on stream about 3 times.
Oh,
And
I
then
saw.
it wasn't until the third time that it actually worked out. And then as soon as I got off of stream, bam, I look and we dropped so much. I was like, holy crap. I was so conservative with my TP. It dumped another like 40 points or so from my TP. So yeah, I hope somebody caught that.
Well, as long as no one's saying that shorts are over, we should be all right.
Dude, they were saying that earlier. They were.
Again?
Yeah, earlier this morning, yeah.
Next time they say that, that's like the ultimate signal, maybe.
Shab called us shawties.
Shotties.
Shawty.
Well, we are sitting pretty then, it looks like.
Where are you short from on NQ?
Uh, my average on these two runners is 330, but I started the shorts around like 319. So I literally looked at this profile and this little note here. I was like, okay, this is around the nine. This is kind of like the retest of the breakdown of IB.
Mm,
And there's a little note. So I literally layered 6 orders through from 19 to the 330s. So there's a chance that my last order, the last lot, might have been a top tick. We'll see when I cover another one. But yeah, I literally layered 6 orders and they filled and the market just started cooperating. Reason for the short was again, if you just look, same zones, guys. It's the tape right here. So this zone where the weekly open is, it's still like, okay, look, they're not going to do anything up here. We're just going to rotate back through. And for today, I've added this little line here because this was the last attempt, yesterday's break attempt where they did build some volume. So coming into the afternoon stream, I'm looking at the volume profile and I'm like, okay, well, they're not really doing anything in this volume anymore. And if that's going to be the case, I think we could rotate. Um, so I'm looking for shorts. I missed this short here. So when I turn on the charts, I'm looking at this. I'm like, it could sell, it could not. The highs aren't the best. And eventually it just ran. I'm like, okay, well, I can't just chase this down because we're going towards VWAP. I'm going to see what they do at VWAP. Surprise, surprise, it's a bounce. But as it bounces, there's like no offer that's getting in front of the market. I don't see any passive seller that's stepping in. So in my mind, all right, we're gonna wait for one. And if it happens to be in this volume spot right after the empty volume, where the 90 MA is, where the breakdown retest is, we could get a really good low risk short going. And so these are the moments where I'm going to start putting in the orders. And if it continues, you just get out of it. But if it works, it's going to be really nice continuation. I'm looking at this. It's a huge wick. So I don't know that I speak on this too much, but if I see candles like this that are expansive, but like the body's like 10% of the candle, I am going to expect a retrace to some degree. So there are a lot of confluences going on. I just need to find a short. I need to find a way to get in with good risk. And they gave it to me here. So I took off half. I took off 3 at VWAP again. And the reason I'm willing to risk what was 3 lots all the way back is I need this low volume spot to hold price for me. And if it does, we can get this move through the range and then try to access this really low volume spot. And I'll cover right before they get into prior volume, before the spike. So that is my fully, like, very deliberately outlined plan. The reason I haven't trailed it at all is I think if I want this move, I need this low volume spot, and I don't want to just trail it like right here. Might as well just leave it break even at that point.
yeah.
So nobody asked, but that's my trade.
No, it's really good. I'm in the same trade. I took it basically based off of that 15-minute candle close. Again, this is the same setup I keep speaking about, where it's basically just like XY said, um, where the body is like 10% of the candle and then it's all wick and it's at the top of, a move or the bottom of a move. That's what I'm looking for to get in. And that's where I got in basically. And then off stream, I also took a long off of the lows, and it's the same kind of candle, right? You have a huge wick and then buyer stepped in. I just paper handed that so badly.
Yeah, I had convictions to VWAP for my first one just because the range is just it's pretty solid. It's nice. And I'm like, all right, if I'm gonna get like front row seats to the move, I'm not giving this shit up for anything. I want a good outcome. And it just, yeah, it played out the way it played out. Do you want to give the edge report? Cooper is asking, since Jim's not here, we need an edge report.
No, you could do it.
I'll give
I
an edge
wouldn't even know
report.
what to say.
Um, the Nasdaq hopefully going to the 120s here at 119. Gold is not moving at all. This doesn't look too good. This is not very encouraging. And then going back into this range, it's not out of the equation that they can retrace quite a bit here because of these guys. And then the Bitcoin, I don't have that up.
The
And
Bitcoin.
that's my edge report.
That's it?
That's the
That's
edge
all you
report,
got?
sorry.
Oh my God. Um,
But
yeah, I
when
don't
you
have
mentioned
anything
the
for you.
15-minute NQ, I missed this earlier when I was taking the trade, but it is my favorite 3 bar reversal pattern on the
Yeah.
15-minute before that down move. Yeah, so that's super nice. I do
I
like.
will say though, I was expecting shorts to happen sooner. If you're looking at like the 12:45, 1 p.m. candles, and I was trying there and it was a little bit frustrating because we just continued to grind higher. And then it wasn't until that candle where I was like, okay, this has to be the one. And then that's like I sized in properly for that one.
I just
Um,
hated the highs, and I still hate the highs and Q.
yeah.
But if anyone has ES's profile up, I don't. It's like a perfect dead body setup scenario. And so I was like, I'll settle with ES's high being the way it is.
Y'all want to see a dead body?
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice. I just missed the initial short because I mean, I just turned on the charts and I'm like, I don't know. Seems pretty dicey.
Yeah. XY, I have this indicator. I don't know if on Ninja you can find something like that. Um, but if on the right side of my screen, it's basically showing me a different time frame setup. The last three candles, well, last two candles in the
Yeah,
current
I don't know
candle.
if I like that. Like I've been seeing a lot of it.
Dude, I
Um,
like it a lot because I have it set up for like the 30-minute, and sometimes I'll linger on like the 5 and the 15, and then I'll miss something that was so clear as day.
right. I want
And
it
just,
on like the
yeah.
5. I want a 5-minute one for the stream
Hmm.
so that people can kind of like see it too. But
Right.
yeah, it's something that I've noticed like on a lot of ICT traders charts. And I'm like,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. I like that because I use, I do a kind of like a bar by bar analysis thing too. And so I don't know if it's available,
I think
but if
if you find it, it would have to be like somebody's script, like
someone custom,
somebody, yeah, some custom one. And I'm
maybe if
sure
we
there
just kind of
is.
complain enough, you just complain on air enough, and maybe they'll do it.
That's how they'll make it for you.
Start
Yeah.
crying and stuff, like literally.
Maybe if chat gets enough likes.
Oh, guys, I forgot about the
Yeah.
Jex levels. Um,
Jax. Did you
the
say Jax?
Jex to be like it really be Jexing. So
Wait, do you actually call it Jax? Is that what people call it?
it's like the gamma exposure. He
No,
says
I
Jex.
know.
I don't
I
know if
know, but
there's a right way to say it, but whatever Jim says is the right way to say it.
I
So
call it Gex.
Jim says
Yeah.
Jex. So it is what it is.
But it makes sense for it to be Gex because you say gamma, you don't
Gamma
say
exposure,
jamma.
yeah. Jax from Mortal Kombat, yeah.
Um, anyway, real quick here on yes, we're at the 0.236 fib level. This is a level that I would like for us to close below so that shorts can have a continuation. If we do hold here, I would expect another run back up. But for my shorts sake, I would like for us to knife through this level here.
I'm gonna trail one of the two now.
By the way, for those who like stats, I have been, this is my first week tracking this specific stat, okay? So we don't know if it'll work yet because there is still time in the day. We have an hour and 15 minutes. But this specific stat here says if Wednesday's high is lower than Monday's high, then the likelihood of Wednesday's lows being visited on Thursday are really high. So if you didn't hear or understand anything I just said, basically we're at a really good setup of seeing previous day low from here if this stat holds true. This is something I've been tracking. Wanted to share that with you guys. I don't know who exactly is behind the stat, but a member of mine showed me like the video. All right, I'll say it again. I have it written on a post-it note. If Wednesday's high is lower than Monday's high, then the likelihood of Wednesday's low are very high to be visited on Thursday. So like the likelihood of yesterday's low day is very likely. But yeah, we'll see by end of the day if that stat holds true. If a train station leaves, yeah, whatever. Yeah, CR, somebody shared a video with me. When I first heard it, I didn't understand it, so I needed to write it down. But I'll write it in the chat so you guys can digest it a little bit better.
Tom Hogarth. Is it Tom Hogarth?
Doing her own edge report. I mean, if you guys want to count this as an edge report, sure.
Yeah, do an edge report.
I can't. That is only Jim's job.
No one does it like Jim, man. You gotta drink some gin before you get on for the edge report.
Okay, I just put it in the chat. I hope being able to just like read it will help you guys understand it.
That's a good soundbite, man. Yeah, Jim makes it look easy, man. What are you
That's why
targeting?
he's Jim.
New lows?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I'm currently targeting, actually, yeah, new lows on the day. But like I'm on these Lucid accounts and I can't make like too much or else the consistency just screws me up.
You said you're on the what accounts?
Lucid,
The best? Yeah.
the best. They are the best.
I hope they don't fire me for this, but yeah, they're the best.
Now, as far as prop firms go, I would say so, yeah. But anyway, because of the consistency, I basically can't make too much. Actually, wait. I have a mix of pro and flex accounts. I need to actually see if I'm trading the flex. If I'm trading flex, then we're good. But yeah, consistency, guys, it screws me up a little bit. Jim, yeah, they have both pro and flex. I have both. Let's go. Production needs to post that comment. Thank you, Sook.
Good afternoon, Reginald.
Reginald, I
Only
guess it's
two
all
emotes? No,
subjective.
don't answer that. Don't answer that. No. For two emojis? Absolutely not. There's a minimum of 5 requirement for Reginald.
Okay, I won't.
He's
I
got a
won't
different
answer that.
standard than the rest.
Between Pro and Flex, which one do you prefer? Honestly, I mean, I have both and I like both. Sometimes consistency keeps you in check, right? Kind of forces you to walk away for the day. Flex is nice when you just want to be able to do what you want to do. It's all personal preference. I still have a Pro account from before Flex was even a thing, so I'm running strong with that one.
There you go, Reg.
Okay, now can I answer his question?
Yeah, yeah. Now you can.
Um, okay, so it's in my opinion, it's the best just because they're the cheapest. They're one of the cheapest that I found in the game. They're the quickest too. So like you can buy an account, you can activate it, you can pass it in the same day depending on what account you get. And then once you pass it, you can activate it within 5 minutes of passing. And then when you're about to get a payout, your payout hits your bank account within literally 5 minutes. So like if you care about time and speed, Lucid is the best. I will say their one con is the fact that, you do have like payout caps. But if you're someone who struggles to get payouts in general, then that shouldn't be an issue, right? It should be fine. And there's no reoccurring monthly fee yet. It's just a one-time payment. Salma, what's your target on the short? So I'm in just for new lows because again, I don't want to make too much on this account. But for my stat, for it to hold true, you can target yesterday's lows as 67.76, although that's a stretch. I'm not sure if we even get it, to be honest. What is the payout cap on the 50Ks? I just bought a Lucid Flex account a week ago. If you have an account and you don't know the payout caps or the rules, that's an issue. You should honestly look into that. But I believe it's 2 grand on the 50K Flex. I've been running 25Ks, so like it's only 1,000. Oh, Lucid's in the house right now? Whoa.
Reginald. Reginald, hell yeah.
Whoa. Plug the affiliate code. I'm not gonna do that here.
Oh yeah, you might get in trouble for that.
No, I'm not doing that. But use your imagination.
I think I definitely misplaced that trailing stop. I should have inched it a little higher. Oh my God, they took it out and just
You guys stopped out for no reason?
on one of the two, I put my stop at like 270.
Mm-hmm.
I really should have just stuck it in the 290s. So now I'm down to one.
It's okay. I mean, now you're in like a stress-free runner. You're chilling. You're big chilling.
Big chilling.
Big chilling.
I'll take that. I'll trail this one a little bit. Nah, screw that. This is a good one.
So like, okay, just real quick. I know my stat would require for us to drop, let me see, would require us to drop about 50 points or so, and that sounds pretty crazy, but we did it here. And so if we did it before, it's not so far-fetched and out of the question.
I mean, 7 minutes and we'll close a pretty good hourly candle. I hope
Let me
they don't
see.
just like end up wicking it again around here.
Okay,
It's a
another thing though too, XY, I don't know if you see it, but I mentioned this earlier, that 30-minute hourly, let me see the 2 hour. The 2 hour, all are showing me a cup and a handle. We basically just finished the handle. I think bulls would want to hold this 68.26 level so that this handle can now push us higher. This is as textbook of a cup and handle as it gets, in my opinion.
That's a cup and handle.
Yeah.
Where's the
So
handle?
hold on. I'll show you.
Yeah, give me some like
Hold on.
museum drawing right here.
I got you. I
Give me
got
some
you.
like Mona Lisa type shit.
I need to find the tool. Oh my God. Wait, guys, be patient. Okay.
Let me see if I can draw some trend lines or something.
Okay, look. So can you see the cup?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I saw the cup. So what's considered the handle?
So the handle would be anything that's basically looks like this. Ignore my fibs and stuff,
That's the
please.
handle.
Yeah, so this would be like the handle, and
That's an
then
interesting looking cup.
no, the cup.
I
This
wouldn't
is
I wouldn't
this is
trust
a
that cup
legit.
to hold a drink. But I see
Nah,
it.
this
I
is
see it. Okay, so
this is
that's
a
a cup and handle.
this is a very legit cup. I haven't seen one like this in
That's a
quite a
legit cup.
while. Yeah,
Then
this
we
is
talking
legit.
Stanley? Is that a Stanley cup?
That's only half the handle. I mean, it depends. Like, I guess even if we make new lows on the day and then wick back up by the end of the day, then the handle still holds true and bulls can still do something like
Hold
this.
on, hold on. Handle is too deep for the purist. Now, what does a proper handle look
Who said
like?
that? Wait. Where are you reading that?
Look, we got handle enthusiasts. We got handle experts in the chat. You
Jim said,
cannot
I ain't sipping out of that cup.
see, I'm telling you, look, something about this cup. Something about this cup.
Guys, I don't know, man. Okay, I don't take my trades based off of cups and handles, but like this looks good to me.
You would drink out of that cup?
I
If you went
mean,
to the bar, you ordered a drink, they gave you that cup, you'd be like, ah, thank you for my drink. I will accept this.
I would say thank you regardless. So yeah, for sure.
Mm.
That was you're trying to trap me there. I know what you're doing. Yeah, the other half of the candle would be a run back up to the recent high, quick consolidation, then breakout long. Yeah, that just hurt my head reading that.
Well, I hope the handle like goes past the cup, right? Like goes through the floor. That'd be a
No,
good
then
cup.
then
That
it's
would be a good cup.
invalid. But this is like, in my opinion, what you would want to see like bulls hold if you wanted that Santa rally into next week, right? Like generally
Now,
the right side needs to be higher
we need
than the
that
high
Jim.
on the
Where is it? Jim
left.
already knows
I mean,
Santa's
is that
coming.
true, occasion?
You want some confluence? Look, I'll give you
Mm,
guys some confluence.
tell
Stop
me.
playing with me right now.
Sam,
Like
I was
literally
talking
right
about
now. Check
Lucid.
this out. Check this out. You guys don't even know about stuff like this, man.
Dude, dump it, please. I need this trade to hit.
You want to dump? Check this out.
Yeah, let
Bam,
me
right here,
know.
right here. This
What
is
am I
it.
looking at? Hold on. Oh, the trend line.
Check this out. Check this out. I'm gonna fucking turn this into a pizza.
Bro, the crayons are out today.
It's too late, Eric. I've already done it. Oh yeah, and then you guys want some. No, I know what the people want, man. You guys need to really, seriously, you guys need to stop playing with me right now, right this instant.
Honestly, that looks good though. If
Of
he's
course it
doing the
does. This
S.
is proprietary.
He's
You
doing
you
the
might not
S.
know this, but I actually invented this drawing back in the day.
Why did we
I
used to
coded
just do
this.
that?
I coded this drawing. So if anyone's short, hey, kick back and relax. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to get better at using Twitter, so give me 1 second.
Salma, what is your bias for next week? Honestly, I hate when people ask me what my bias is just because I don't know. Like I don't necessarily care for what's gonna happen tomorrow or next week. I care about what's gonna happen right now in the market, right? As a day trader, knowing what might happen next week doesn't really affect what I'm doing now. So yeah, I try not to have a bias. And everyone's calling for a Santa rally, so that's why I said bulls would want to hold.
December price action is hard. Yeah, it does get tricky. I mean, the last few weeks haven't been easy, no matter what you see on the internet.
Dude, I want December to be over.
What? That is very Grinch-like of you.
No, not like for holiday purposes, but like just this price action.
I like the holiday season. Everyone's nicer.
Yeah. I like it
Except
because I
chat.
like all the decorations and stuff.
Yeah, Tex, you're welcome. He says ex-wife blessed us. You've been blessed by the S.
Joshua, I actually love Christmas season, like just this time of year. I was just speaking about market. Market price action is not fun. Salma, would you move your stop down here? No, not really, because last couple streams, every time I've moved my stop down, they're just taking me out and then gone straight to TP. So I'm good here at 10 points or full TP. I'll wait.
I'm just glad that the market is giving us something for this afternoon stream, but I think it's because Nick isn't here.
Dude, Nick's screenshot curse is so real.
Wow, look how big this is on the.
Wait, dude.
This has to work. There's literally no way this doesn't work. Yeah, Nick, the signal for a tick. XYZ is better than AI.
Punchy, I used to trade gold and then I kind of gave it up for a little bit. XY, somebody in the chat called us calm.
They told us what now?
They called us calm. Like they like the fact that we were calm.
Calm?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's easier to be calm when you're in runners. When you're just getting that size in, like just before the trade starts to work. Yeah, it's different. Hey, chat, you guys going too crazy right now. Don't get yourself banned. Dude, our chat is the funniest, man.
Bro, chat is bugging out. They are tripping.
That's what they do, though.
I feel like the trolls come out at end of the day.
Stowe's burner. This is as good. I can't do much more than this, man.
Is that actually Stell?
No, it's his burner.
I see what you did there.
We ain't trolls, we family. Okay, trading Vin Diesel. Am I gonna teach my kids trading? Nah. I do this so they don't have to.
Yeah, why have another stressed out person in the household?
Yeah, dig. What are your New Year's resolutions? Nah, I don't have any. I think if you're not doing it already and you're waiting for the new year to do it, you ain't gonna make it.
Yeah, I agree.
It's always like in January, oh man, the gym is packed. And then by the time February rolls around, it's back to normal. And you see like in January, you see so many personal trainers because everyone's, signed up for the gym, they're signing up for personal training. And then come February, there's no more personal trainers.
Yeah, I hate the gym in January.
You say you hate the gym?
In January? Yeah, it's just
Oh,
like a madhouse.
well, I was gonna say I also hate the gym. I just drag myself there.
Oh no, I enjoy working out.
Have I always had pivots on my chart? This is this if you're talking about this one, are you talking about this one that's literally like it says pivot? This isn't mine. It's a OFL like level. It's a tool, I guess you could say, but it's just a level that it paints based off of inventory. So yeah, I've had this for a very long time, but apart from that, it's just levels that I mark, just key spots to reference, really. I do think we go lower, actually. I do think we have a chance to start probing, but even though we're running out of time, I just don't know if I'll survive this run here. Maybe I'll lock it in like here. I'll give it this much. Gotta leave at least something. 'Cause they might just hold this low again and go all the way. So
Yeah, this is an annoying bounce.
if it does take me out, I have to quickly delete the S so that no one sees it and says it doesn't work. I cannot have that. Actually, I'll just close with this. I'll die with this. It's just one runner. It's been a good move so far. Like 130 points-ish, 130 points.
I'm gonna see if the 15-minute 9 EMA acts as resistance.
Market maker saw it this time. I know. Yeah, I think that might be it, man. The tape has turned from the lows again, for sure. There's a lot more bid now than there was earlier on the way down, so I don't like that too much. Yeah, we'll see. I think if they do start trading above overnight high, I will look to manually close it if there's like an actual crazy bid flooding in and very little offer. Because it is a thin volume spot. If the offer is not stepping in by like 290 price, it's definitely not going to hold. So I'll close that there. What is my time frame? This is a 1 minute chart. Order flow indicator. If you're talking about this one, it's a leg to leg volume delta by price.
This would be a good time to show you guys that H pattern that I always talk about. Oh shoot, hold on. Should be like a straight line down, right? So you can, let me move this over. Whoa. Okay, so like this would be the straight line down, and then the H would be like this. Ignore how squiggly that was. But this is the H pattern that you should always be on the lookout for. This is on the 15-minute. This is a good indicator of, another downside move. It's a lowercase h.
What are my thoughts on the P-shape profile? I mean, I don't think it's a P-shape anymore. Earlier in the day, yeah, for sure. ES's profile is a little more true to that, but earlier in the day, NQ did have a P shape, and that was I had a buddy ask me, "Hey, is this a potential dead body?" I said, "Yeah, it is," because it was super thin on the bottom. They're forming all the volume at the top, and it's lacking continuation where they really needed to. And so if the market does come back down, it could be pretty violent, and that's exactly what it was. Super violent because, well, if there was no volume being built on this way up, it means it just ran through because there's no offer, right? It's thin volume, which means it was one-sided tape. So what happens then if an offer presents itself and the market decides to offer these prices? And then you start filling it in. That's my take, at least. They've just tried to offer this. It didn't go well. I'm gonna exit this trade. So I'm taking like, I don't know, it's like 1,400 bucks on that last one. And I'm going to quickly, very, very, very quickly delete this.
No, not the masterpiece.
That's gotta go. I can't have evidence. I can't have evidence out there that it doesn't work all the time.
No way. Text trade said we didn't see anything.
There's nothing. There's nothing to see. All you guys saw was the cup and handle.
I saw what you deleted. This is recorded.
Hey, stop snitching, chat. Yeah, I have to email production to delete the segment where I drew it.
Quick question for the chat. And you can be honest, right? Like none of us know who you guys are for the most part. Do you find it difficult to short? Like, are you just someone who enjoys longing all the time? No, yes, both, nope.
Yeah, fiber optic, there's a chance. There's a chance they
Okay.
do that.
All right, so majority of the chat knows how to short. Okay, cool. That's great. I was gonna do a little like, gonna talk about that. For me, when I first started trading, it was extremely hard for me to short. I was always in the mindset of market goes up. And over time it does, but in the day-to-day intraday market, it does not. And on days where the market would sell off, it would ruin my day. I would literally have a crappy day because I'm like, I can't trade, I'm losing money, whatever the case may be.
I don't think that's
It
uncommon as people might think. I was the same way
it's
too.
it's not. It's not because I have people complaining to me all the time when the market is red. And it's because they just simply don't know how to short. And it's much harder to short on options, like to day trade on options than it is with futures. But like a thing that really, really helped me when I was starting to transition and actually become comfortable with shorting is the H pattern, being able to recognize it. And I would do a mixture of like the H pattern with the 9 EMA. I would use the 9 EMA as like my resistance, and I would watch price just come up to the 9 EMA and start curling down and creating that H pattern in full. And that's like how I slowly started to start shorting. So yeah, I wanted to ask just to see if I can help anyone out with that.
2022 taught me, or 2022 reinforced for me that the shorts just get it done way quicker. And ever since then,
Yeah.
22 is before 2022, yeah, I would much rather be long sided on my trades and stuff. But after 2022, what I would still consider to be my favorite trading year that I've been in, dude, they get it done. Liquidation days, they get it done, and I can turn off the charts quicker.
Yeah, well, so like the reason for that is because usually, not all the time, but usually when market is going higher, we're going higher in positive gamma environment. And in positive gamma environment, it's usually really, really slow movements, right? You don't see like whiplash action. You don't see crazy wicks and candles. You kind of just see like that grind higher and higher. Whereas like for negative gamma environment, and that's typically when we're selling off, here we go, we're pushing here. In negative gamma environments, the move is just accelerated, and that's why it's so much easier to short because you can get in and get out much quicker than you would on the long. Please go over your H method. I mean, there's not much to go over, really. Again, I'll draw it for you guys here, but you would want to see something. I keep forgetting that this doesn't just hold. Hold on. You want to see something where we go straight down, right? And then you want to see buyers step in like they did here earlier today. And you just want to see something go like this. It's a lowercase h, okay? Usually, when this does happen, I use the 9 EMA, so this pink squiggly line. as my resistance. And let me see if it looks cleaner on the 30-minute. It doesn't. Today is not very clean for the H with the 9 EMA, but usually you'll see price kind of just struggle to get above it. It tries until it can't anymore. Sellers step in and push price back down. And that would complete the full lowercase h. And that is one setup that I look for when I'm trying to short. But why does it H? It's the same reason why the market makes a W when we rebound. So like, for example, we start to come back down, push back up, come back down, and then push back up. Or a V-shaped recovery where it literally looks like the letter V. It's just market shenanigans.
Rack City, that's actually a pretty good idea. It's like on the sports commentary halftime shows where they start drawing all over the screen, outlining plays that people do.
Yeah. Caleb's asking, how do you measure positive versus negative gamma environments? You would need some type of gamma tool. That would tell you like what the environment we're in intraday is. If I'm not mistaken, I believe in the morning, Craig goes over this. He'll talk about positive and negative gamma environments and what we're in. But yeah, positive usually like it's just very slow. And by the way, positive and negative can happen on both ends. We can be pushing and it could be negative gamma environment, or we could be dropping and it can be positive gamma environment. It doesn't necessarily mean negative gamma is always, doesn't necessarily have to do with a drop in the market. Damon's asking, Salma, once you have the H pattern, how do you trade with that? So, Damon, you don't want to wait for the H to be full because then the move's already done. You want to just, you would get in as the H is happening. Again, you would be using the 9 EMA as your resistance wall. Here today, it's not the cleanest, but let's say the 9 EMA was higher up here, right? You would keep seeing these longer wicks on the candles from above. You could see the selling pressure happening. You would get in. This is, the candle that I got in at. Imagining that the 9 EMA was there, that's what I would use as my confirmation to enter short, and then I would ride the momentum back down. That's how I would do it. Tracy just talked about it at the beginning of Trade the Close. I kind of came late to my desk, so I missed that. But guys, this is why it's super important to tune in to the morning show, the beginning of Trade the Close. There's a lot of great information being dropped throughout the stream every single day.
There's a lot of stuck buying 296 to 300 right now. A lot. That could be a failed move outside into low volume. No acceptance, trap, and then hopefully for your sake, just new lows.
Yeah, I really hope so. The reason why I didn't move my stop lower is because I had a feeling they might try and push us back up to revisit that 9 EMA. And here we are at it now on the 15-minute, and we're starting to reject. I'm still in draw mode. That's great.
Yeah, I've just been notified that we are making a possible triceratops pattern.
Oh, great.
I can't show you
More
guys that yet.
crayons.
I can't show you guys that yet. Very secret sauce. If I set and cute, yeah. All right, well, I got a question for you guys. Someone in chat noted. Someone in the chat noted, give me 1 second. Where is this? No cup and handle, just the premium wick, then sell off. Now, apparently there are different wicks. There's a wick and a premium wick. Is a premium wick like a designer wick? Like, is it Gucci? Is it better? What is a premium wick?
Budget wicks.
Budget wicks, Supreme. Yeah. I heard premium wick.
Okay,
The
I'm
John
wicked out of
Wick.
this. That's actually hilarious. Joshua said I'm wicked out on this conversation.
Oh, it's an ICT concept in which it's in the top 50% of the range. I see. I see. So it's the upper class wick. I would guess a wick that retraces more than 50% of previous candle. Well, we're looking at the 15 minute. This current candle just closed as a full solid candle above prior wick in its entirety. So I don't imagine it stops, if I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, this probably stops me out here.
I actually just tried to offer below the open and got stuffed. So that kind of sucks. Perhaps you thought it was premium, but you found out it was a fake. It wasn't Gucci. That shit was Fucci.
Fucci.
Premium means premium, discount means it's a good place to short. Okay. Premium top 50%. Okay, okay. Literally 50% or literally halves of candles, right? To put it very simply. Upper half is premium, bottom half is discount. Op X week rules don't always work. Nothing always works in the market, rule or not.
Yeah, exactly. I
Do
don't
you
think
like
we
trade on OPEX?
I don't think we get that stat today. I'm gonna try it again next Wednesday though. Or sorry, next Thursday.
They call it a dealing range. Wow, there's a lot of stuff that people call stuff. I do like 50%. So fractal, yeah. Like I know Kane likes 50% retracements. I do like 50% retracements. I do look at that kind of thing. But I mean, I think that's as far as it goes. It's just like a midpoint. Um, there's no other rhyme or reason or, kind of secret sauce. Yeah, if anything is like, if anything is, it always works, it's Nick's stop. You are right about that.
Herman, it just simply comes down to me trying to let the play work out. I have my stop for a reason, so if I get stopped out, then I get stopped out. But yeah, for me, most of the time it's usually either TP or stop loss, whether it be in profit or for a loss. And then somebody else asked me why I had my stop where I did. If you draw the fibs on today's high to low, where basically I have my stop loss in profit at the midpoint of the day. I just have a little bit of a more loose what's the word? Like there are people who are super conservative with their risk management. I'm like the opposite of that. I'm a little bit looser with my stops. Might not work for everybody, and that's okay. What would be the opposite of conservative, XY?
What would be the opposite of being conservative, like in terms of
Like,
risk?
yeah, like someone's
Yeah.
a conservative with their risk and someone who is a little bit progressive, aggressive, liberal. Come on.
That is such
Reckless
a
is
nuanced.
crazy.
Yeah, I think if you're not,
Guys, I said XY. I didn't say chat. Chat is over here chiming in.
now chat's gonna say what they want to say.
Dude, chat is just
Let
going
loose,
crazy
chat.
right now.
Give me crazy tape, chat. Um, it's such a nuanced question, and the answer is like it begs a convoluted answer because
I'm just wondering because like when this is not the first time someone has asked me that,
right.
and
So the
the
whole
only way
discussion
I
was
can answer
essentially
it,
like, hey, your trailing stop is so far away,
yeah.
blah blah blah, right? I think to try to call someone's personal risk or to try to define it as conservative or aggressive or reckless
Yeah.
is very presumptuous, for lack of a better word. I think it's very presumptuous because risk is very personal, right? I've had streams where I'm 1800 open profit or something like that, and it comes back, and
Yeah.
people in the chat would be like, "What are you doing? Like you had
That's
$1,800. What
basically
are you
just what
doing?"
that just happened right now. And it's like, this
Yeah,
is
it's you just
my
got to stick to
fourth
the
or fifth
plan.
trade. Yeah, it's like my fourth or fifth trade of the day. I was trying to see something play out, right? I told you guys in the beginning of the stream what I was targeting, why I was targeting that,
Mhm.
why I was targeting that target. And yeah, just sit back and let it play out. It's not it's not a matter of like I hate money or I want to give back money, but it just is.
Yeah, it's very I say it's presumptuous because you don't see someone's like actual equity curve. So when something like this happens and you're like, oh, you could have booked it there, but what about all the other moments where that would have capped her gains? So
Exactly.
there is a point where if you keep cutting your ideas short, you keep cutting your ideas short, but you stick to the same process because the thesis always, it's consistent and it tends to pan out. It's no different than like stealing from your future self, right? Someone's going to have to cover the risk, which is the losses. And you're taking that from your future self because trades are going to win, trades are going to lose. Bad trades work, good trades don't. It happens. Playing the long game, like in her case, this is what she does. This is what she does consistently, and this is what works for her. You have to maintain that as it's supposed to be because you don't want to steal from your future self because your future self is going to be the one that has to cover for the losses that the
Right.
trading is going to incur. So it's a survivorship bias thing. You're going to see someone hold a trade and it comes all the way back, and you're like, you're an idiot. And then the next time someone holds and it hits target, you're like, whoa, banger. That's a
Right,
banger.
right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, if this like hit TP, everybody would be like freaking out. But because it hit stops and profit, it's like, what are you
Yeah.
doing?
So that's why
Um,
risk is very personal. It's
yeah,
everyone's going to have their opinion. I certainly have mine, like what works for me. And a lot of it is, hey, look, I'm already out of the trade, but the next three people are like banking as three times as much as I am. And it's just what it is.
yeah. Hindsight is always 2020, guys. Like if I knew that I would get stopped out, then yeah, of course I would have gotten out. But um, what if my TP would have hit, right?
Yeah,
Salma, you
Dr.
sound
Steve.
sad.
By
I
day,
don't think my
I talk
tone,
risk, and at night, I promote my clubbing.
I don't think my tone has changed. Hidden dust. Somebody else asked something. Hold on. Salma, can you talk about holding trades? I wish I could hold trades that long. Text trades, it's really, again, it's all risk. It's all dependent on your sizing, right? So, like, I bet you if you had one micro, you would be able to hold for 300 points on NQ. Whereas if you were in for 5 minis, you would never hold that, right? So, it's all about your sizing, it's all about your risk appetite. And again, having a clear plan. Like I came into this trade, I knew exactly why I entered, I knew exactly where I wanted to exit, and then I had my stops and profit for a reason, and it just didn't work out. So you just trust your process every single time and you go from there. And again, some people might look at like the way I trade and be like, I don't know how she does it. And I could look at the way you guys trade and say the same thing. So yeah, it's all dependent on who you are as a person. And that's really it.
No, seriously. Yeah, that's actually a good way to put it too, because if I was in the same trade as Salma and I had the outcome she just had, I would go crazy. I'd be like, dude, what did I just do? Like, how could I let this like this, blah
Yeah,
blah blah. But I would cover trades quicker than she would too. It's always like what fits for you. With her, she can take that trailing stop and be like, hey, it is what it is. For me, that wouldn't be the case. I would have trailed it out sooner, which in a lot of cases, as I'm trailed out, it's going to continue without me, and whoever's trading like Salma is going to take all the move, right? You just
yeah,
never know what the market's going to do. And then even if you think you do, you don't know how it's going to do it. That's the hard part.
Yeah, and again, like this is not to say like my way is the right way. This is just like
It's what works for
what's
you.
worked for me. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, um, yeah, hidden dust, this is great. Trading is personal. I've said this before. It's all dependent on your personality and what kind of person you are. Maybe XY is someone who, I mean, let's say you're a scalper by nature, and it's because in your day-to-day life, there are certain things that you do that align with what you would need to be a scalper. And same for someone who is patient enough to hold whatever, a 20-point move. It all translates. I hope I'm
Mhm.
making sense.
It does. Everything is it's tied to your personality, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And
It's
again, I've said this before too. I would love to be like a little bit more um like conservative with my risk management. I think like that would probably be that's something I would like to work on in 2026 because if I'm able to do that successfully, then I think I would just like hit like another level in my trading. So, yeah, definitely something to work on. If something
Damon.
at the
Yeah.
move.
I think today was a good example, Damon. So what you said is very true. I took the
Yeah.
trade off. My input was when they got around the 70s, finally I see a seller step in, right? And for the first time since the market started sliding, they actually didn't get what they wanted. To me, that was kind of a clue like, wait a minute. The sellers have been getting what they want this whole way down, and now they don't, as we got a pretty big bounce. I think it ends here. And then what could have happened is I'm out of the trade now. Salma's still in the trade. They poke the 290s, and all of a sudden the market decides, no, we're offering the shit out of this range. And it goes to a new low. Then the survivorship bias would be on her side. It's like, see, that's why you hold. But now that it works out the other way, there's going to be survivorship bias where I'm like, hey, see, I saw the selling come in unrewarded and it worked out. It, it's only because the market played out a certain way. Like
All right.
it's going to go both ways, but you have to be consistent. Only then can you take steps forward in your trading. If you can't be consistent in how you approach things, the level up will be impossible. I don't speak very black and white about trading, but some things to me is black and white. And one of the things is if you cannot find consistency in just doing things the same way, you can never take steps forward from there. It's too much of a mess.
I mean, it happened to me earlier today. Like I was talking about it on stream about the short right before we got off stream. I was being a little bit more conservative with my TP only because, I tried it 2 times before. I took 2 minor L's. And then on my third try, I said, let me just go for a TP that's a little bit more conservative. I did that, and then we dropped another 40 points. So, like, it's all about like I didn't know the market was going to drop that much, right? And had I known, I would have held. So yeah, it is always like hindsight is 2020. I didn't expect
Mhm.
for me to get taken out, but I had my stop there for a reason. So it is
Yeah,
what it is.
Damon makes a good point. And T-Lab would be boring if every trader did their thing exactly the same way. It'd just be an echo chamber. So on this channel, you're gonna see people fading each other all the time, right? But everyone does it with their own insight. And you can take what works for you, you can take what doesn't, in real time, see how things play out. But yeah, we're even on the morning stream. Salma's short, two people are long, and it's just the game, right? The end of the day, it's up to the market. So we had a question. Someone says, "Hello, Salma and XYZ. I am new here and just found y'all's channel. Wouldn't having a profitable trade rather than a losing trade be suffice?" I'm guessing you're saying be sufficient, regardless of how one trades. Yes, the preference is always to have the winning trade versus a losing trade. The only problem, and it's a big problem, is that we don't get to decide that. The market does. And we will never know. So anyone that says that they know something, look a little further, they're going to have something to sell you. No one knows where the market's going to go. The only thing we know is how much we're willing to let the market take from us if it doesn't go the way we think it's going to go. So, in short, the question you just asked could be similar to saying, to me or Salma or to anybody. You could say, haven't these traders tried just winning instead of losing? Are they stupid? Right? It's not that easy, right?
It's really not,
A
guys,
team, a
especially
basketball
on
team blows
stream.
out another team by 30 because they shot like 80% from three. And someone could go, why don't they
Thanks,
just
Captain
try making all
Obvious.
their threes? Are they stupid? It's not that easy. And it's just a fact. And I'm not saying you're saying we're stupid. You may be, you may not be. It's here nor there. But the fact is, we never know. No one's ever going to know where the market is going to go. And even if you had a good inkling, you don't know how it's going to do it. You could say
Yeah,
market's going to go to this price today, and they do it in the worst way where they pull back 16 times, give you a new low before they get to that high. You just never
dude.
know.
That didn't that happen like 4 times this week?
That
Or did
happens
that
like
just happen to me?
every day almost,
Yeah.
right? You're gonna have people who call the markets, and at the end of it, they're like, I told you. And then it's like, all right, show me execution. Then it's like, I can't. I've had
Yeah.
so many days where I'm like, market's gonna go here, and it goes, and I'm right. Woohoo! I'm fucking red. I'm literally red on the day. Like,
And you didn't even catch the move.
yeah,
You
like
freaking got caught
that's
waiting
the
for it.
game.
Yeah.
All
Yep.
we can do is allocate the risk and allow X amount to be taken as a ticket cost if it doesn't work out. And if you manage that, you can do whatever strategy you want. You can do, I don't know, coin flipping. You could do whatever the hell is out there. I don't care what they call it. There's always some, new word for the old for the same old trading strategies. They're just rebranding stuff these days, but you can do whatever you want. You manage your risk and you'll have an edge. I think the edge is always in the risk.
I'm reading chat here for other questions. Someone said, serious question, Salman XY. After a period of time of going through trials and tribulations, how was the moment when you realized everything started to click? Do you want to answer that first, or should I?
Where are you seeing this?
It's all the way at the top. I just went up to the top of the chat.
Ooh, read that again. I don't see it.
Like from all the trials and tribulations that you've experienced, what was the moment where like trading clicked?
Hmm.
I don't
Trading
think
as
there
a
was a
whole?
moment.
Yeah, trading as a whole.
Yeah.
I think for me, the moment it clicked, I didn't even realize it. It wasn't until a period of time had passed and I realized, hey, I'm actually being consistent. And the equity curve is relaying the same message to me. So it's kind of like you're going to try to climb to the top of the mountain. But when you get there, you don't even know that it's the top of the mountain. You actually have no idea. You're just doing things day by day, doing what you're supposed to do. And the next thing you know, you're like, huh, I've been doing this for a while. It's been working out pretty nicely. And the equity curve is relaying me the information that I'm hoping to get to. There was
Yeah.
no like aha moment for me.
I'd have to agree with Fractal Firm here. He says there's no magic moment. You just suck less over time. And it's like, that's so
That's
true.
actually probably the best way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah. Like you don't ever get to be like extremely good at this because the second you think that, then the market just comes in and humbles you. But yeah, you just get a little bit less sucky, you know, day by day, week by week, month by month.
Yeah. I mean, I think chat is there's a lot of stuff. It's honestly when we're going on rants, it's hard to see everything. But Fractal put it in a really good way. You just
Dude,
suck less and less, but you never stop. You're always gonna do dumb stuff here and there. But the trick is to really catch yourself soon enough. But that's by, you know, knowing what you're supposed to do and what you're not supposed to do, knowing yourself, what environments trigger certain things from you or what outcomes, like a trailed stop that's too tight or this or that. What outcomes tend to trigger certain things? And you've got to be honest. You just got to be honest.
at what point of time did you get comfortable with your stop, Selma? Honestly, I've always been like this. And again, I will 100% admit it's not, I will work for everyone. I'm not saying it's the right way. And I do certainly wish that I was a little bit more conservative with my risk, and going into 2026 is something I would like to work on. And I think that really only comes with time, and it comes with just being comfortable with your position sizing.
Yeah, the Goolsby messaging is pretty mixed here.
Dude, if this 15-minute candle closes like this, again, there's 5 minutes on this, that's a long time. This is setting up for a nice short again. It would literally just be a repeat of that 130 candle.
Yeah, spider, exactly. That's risk management. Don't buy another drink, don't stick around. It's like if you're in that long and all you see is selling, dude, you gotta get the hell out of that club. Don't stick around and find out.
They say go home before, what is it saying? Because I don't ever go out and do these things. So
What, go home
um
for what?
it's like go home as soon as you start to feel like something might go wrong.
No, I don't know. I've never heard that. I say just go home when you're tired. That's my thing.
How when you're tired.
Yeah.
My mom always says nothing good happens after dark, and it's like,
Nothing good
uh,
happens after midnight. Yeah.
yeah, it's true.
I'm a unk now though, according to chat. I do like to be home not too late. For a long time now, I absolutely hate it when you look outside and it's not a dark sky. It's like kind of blue, like the sun's coming out. Oh my God, I hate that. I hate that so
What do you
much. It
mean?
just feels so degenerate. Like the sun's coming out. Why the hell am I not dead asleep?
Oh,
I
oh,
know I'm gonna
staying
be
out
tired
late.
tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't ever have those, so.
Yeah, smash like plus subscribe, please.
Can I ask Salma, what instrument are you trading? It's ES. ES.
If you don't hit the likes, you hate puppies. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Salma, would you take another short into the close? Yeah, it just depends on how this 15-minute candle closes here. We'll see. I'll probably size very light on this one.
Oh, here's an interesting one. Someone says, I feel like Salma is open to learning new things. XY, do you still learn or more like if it ain't broke, don't fix it? Mm, hmm. I wouldn't say I'm not open to learning new things, but I haven't really seen anything too new. But it's because I've tried and I do so many things. I was just telling Salma yesterday, I was like, my trading is really fucking weird. It's weird. I'm order flow, but price action, but bar by bar. Why do I care what candlesticks look like? Why do I care about this? Like, it's just so many things that I feel like I've tried everything, thrown everything out that didn't work for me, and kept everything that did, no matter what it was. I trade order flow. I utilize price action. I do bar by bar analysis. Like, I want to see what bar is what, how it closes. What about a 2 bar pattern? What about a 3 bar? Um, I got squiggly lines. I got,
It's a culmination, basically.
yeah, it's just honestly, my trading is super weird, but it's just inputs that speak to me that I can digest more efficiently. Um, yeah. So I wouldn't say I'm against learning stuff, but at this point, I have so many things that adding more things, I can't imagine it's net positive. It would just be removing things at some point, right?
That's what I
Yeah.
had to do too, though. Remove things. Like, I think as like a new trader, you think, having more indicators on your chart is a good thing. You think there's going to be like an indicator that's going to tell you exactly what to buy and when to sell. And your chart looks a little bit insane. And maybe to you guys, my chart does look a little bit messy, but I know everything that's on this chart and I know exactly why it's there, right? Um, but yeah, less is more sometimes. And the reason why I might be a little bit more inclined to learn things is because for me, I've been consistently trading futures for a little under a year now, whereas XY is a little bit more seasoned in futures. I transitioned over from options into futures. So there's a lot of things that I need to unlearn, and there's a lot of things that I needed to learn when I made that transition. And I'm still learning, and I'll always be learning, I think. I think this is a game where it's never ending in learning. And it's not just strategy, guys. It's also no,
You
I'm not
develop a
calling
lot
him
of like
futures unk.
intuitive things, a lot of
Yeah,
intangibles that are kind of impossible to teach that can only come through experiencing it over and over. So yeah, the
exactly.
intangibles, the shitty part is you can't learn that, you can't study that. You just have to live through it and experience it, which takes so much time to really nail in.
Yeah, exactly. So sometimes like when I do say like I need to learn certain things, it's sometimes just it comes with experience and it's not necessarily like technical analysis, but more so like the psychological part of trading.
I don't use Bookmap, no. Chat.
Somebody else asked me why I would have taken a short there. So it did not close the way I wanted it to, so I wouldn't enter a short. But if it had closed something like, let me see, something like this, I don't know if you guys can see that, but if it had closed something like this, then I would be a bit more inclined to take the short. Those are just like the way that a candle close, um, that's like just a setup that I would look for at the top of a move. Same thing here if it closed something like this. It looked good for a little bit, and then the last 5 minute candle and this 15 minute just kind of ruined it. And so it looks like we're going higher.
Got an interesting question here. Okay. Good. That's a good well, the question is, am I wrong to think that the interest for the day in NQ has shifted higher and the shift is different from the last 3 days of the week? If I am right, what would you expect for tomorrow? That is good insight because if you look at yesterday's profile, majority of the interest was lower. Now, I drew a line here because as we're trying to, the market's going to figure out its feelings in this area where they had zero interest. And as it's trying to build higher, they're not really auctioning this anymore. So I drew the line for a reference. If we start to slide down and then we finally get back into that volume that's now offsides for the day, do they accept it again for continuation or do they reject that and continue just building up here only? So it is a good thing that you've noticed that interest stopped building lower. It actually has maintained its build higher. Now, they're not getting it where they need to get it, right? But still, what are they not doing? They're still not showing interest where there's a lack of. So
Oh,
thin
I
volume
think
here.
your chart isn't on the screen.
Is my chart not up here?
I think now it
Stop
is.
screen sharing. Oops. Now I'll start over. Yeah, so yesterday's build down here. All the interest leading into the close down here. And no longer. Taper. Every time they poke these, there's just not enough. And where you think the market's going to go is just as important as also realizing where it's not going. And every time they poke these lows, there's no interest, right? So if we close the day, I mean, this daily candles, it's going to be an inside bar, but it's a bullish candle. Bullish candle is here nor there. Where is the volume? The volume is all up here. And if you notice, every time they test the downside of this range, it's a taper. When they test the upside, it's not a clean taper. There's just a lot of supply that the buying is trying to get through.
What does taper mean? Sorry for us, like,
A taper is like a fade, right?
okay.
If you
Oh,
look
it's like a
at
haircut reference.
anything really, or like pants, right? As you get down to the foot, your pants start tapering in, like a
Yeah.
slim. It starts to slim down. So This is kind of flat. There's no like taper where price starts to test outside and then it shows a gradual lack of interest, like these right here, or even like what's a good taper? This is a clean taper. These are tapers, but this is kind of like flat, right? There's clearly like crazy supply right here, and they're trying to buy through it. And every time they fail to buy it through it, it goes back down to the lows where it does taper, a lack of interest. It's just not happening. So usually that, and I say usually because no one knows, usually that results in an upside move because I'm just going to mark this for reference. If you look at all this overlapping volume, it's all in this range. When they had the chance to do something, they
Attention
really
traders,
built.
it's algo time.
Thanks, Kate. So this is two-way trade, buyers and sellers. That's how volume builds. Three sets almost. This is a trap. Another one, offsides. If this much volume is offsides on one side of a failed break, it's likely going to go the other side, and it's doing it now. And it shows huge weakness on the downside. The market sees it now. The boogeyman has been revealed. That's my take on things. So whoever asked the question, I hope that word vomit was clear enough for you, but it's what I noticed. There was an attempt to break downside, and now everyone sees it for what it is. It's not going to happen. So if you want to get short, you're not willing to sell these prices, seeing what happened down here. You're capped, right? You'd rather short up here. And if you want to buy, well, you've got, further confirmation that, dude, they cannot push price lower. If I want to buy outside of this range, it's going to be pretty hard to. You might have to buy higher. This is just an auction. I should have pulled out the club promoter theory, actually. Maybe next time. Think about it this way. Yesterday, they went to this club. It's right here. Really bad things happened. Really bad things happened.
That's your analogy?
Yeah, all the other days, for 5 days, they've been at this club in this range. Everyone's having a good time. Two-way trade. Check it out. Everybody's happy to deal. Buying and selling. Everybody's happy. That one day, though, they went to the other club. Hey, look what happened. That ain't what you want. So if the people see that, the market sees that, who's gonna go to that club? Nobody. Look at this taper. Nobody. They want to stay up here. And that is your club promoter theory for the day.
Wow, look at this drop.
Yeah, it was past 2 a.m. at that club. Sky's turning blue.
Chat, you
I know
guys make
nothing.
sure you're
Yes,
safe.
please refer to my playbook for anyone that has further questions. It's all in there and it's free,
But it's not for beginners.
but it's not for beginners.
But it's not for beginners. Just gonna keep bringing it up
There's like
until you
way
just make
better
one.
content than I could make for beginners out there on YouTube for free. So way better stuff than what I could do. Thank you so much. I'm trying to learn your style of trading. I've read your playbook 3 times. Yeah, you might have to do like 30.
How long is it?
It's a few pages. Like I just broke everything down in sections. I don't know, there's like 8 sections maybe with like screenshots for examples and text. It was a pain in the ass to make, but it's
Oh, I love that when it's like it's not all just words and it's like the screenshot takes up most of the page. It's the best.
No, it's
Good.
pretty wordy. I think it's quite wordy. So I don't know, chat could tell you
I think
whether
like
it was a tough read.
the only trading book I've ever read, and I don't even think I finished it, but it was like the Candlestick Bible, and I really liked it because it would be like a huge
Huge pictures,
example.
just
Yeah, this huge
infographics.
picture in the middle of the page, and then before you know it, like you're only reading a couple words.
Yeah,
It's
I don't
awesome.
I don't chat would have to tell you their opinion, but I would assume it's pretty wordy. A lot of concepts I
Dude,
try to drive in, and then whether it's a hard or easy read, I don't know.
that
Chat will-
that means it's difficult.
It's his manifesto. It's a tome. Yeah, kind of. It's literally like it's everything drilled all the way down in my trading from top to bottom. There's nothing I left out in secret. It's everything that I know, and I made it as clear and concise as I possibly could. So it was difficult, but sometimes it could be wordy, I think. Very well written. I appreciate that. Yeah. It's a playbook on YouTube? No. It's just go to my Twitter. It's pinned or it's I think it's pinned. It's in my bio.
Someone said, are we talking about reading nursery rhymes? Um, no.
I've got a lot of influence from Cat in the Hat on the playbook.
I think they're making fun of me because I enjoy when books
Pictures?
have pictures. Yeah. I just
Yeah,
like it
so
because it takes up
Salma
space.
is the type to like go to the playbook, paste it into Chat GPT and say like, all right, now make it like Dr. Seuss.
No, like just give me the synopsis. I don't even want Dr. Seuss. Just give me the synopsis. I don't know, dude. Like after COVID, I just don't have like the patience to sit and like watch a video or like read a book. And that sounds so bad because I'm constantly like reading stuff and watching short formed videos. But just if it's something that's super lengthy, I just get completely discouraged. And then like non-existent ADHD kicks in.
Yeah, I mean that's how it is these days.
Yeah.
Currently Online says, I read the playbook and didn't see the proprietary S indicator. Did I read or yeah, did I read the wrong one? No, you read the right one. I lied, chat. I'm sorry. I'm withholding the proprietary S because I'm trying to find a way how to charge for it. My bad,
Caleb,
guys.
my TikTok screen time is probably like 20 minutes for the entire week. Like I don't even go on TikTok.
Oh, here's
So
a good one. Jefferson, this is for you. And this is quite literal. It says, XY, how do you dodge getting wicked out constantly? The thing is, I do get wicked out constantly, but not by price. I do it to myself. If a trade isn't working, I always have stops in. But anyone who's been here long enough will notice I don't take the trade off when the stop hits. I'll take it off before the stop hits. If I don't like what's going on, I will literally wick myself out of the trade. I'm pulling it. It's like
yeah,
what Pax would
I
say,
need to take
right
a
or right
page
out,
out of your book.
right
I need
or
to
right
learn
out.
some of that. Um,
Well, you say you're gonna take the page out and then it runs without you, and then you're like, is this guy an idiot?
nah, nah, like honestly, probably not. Like, no. Frozen Triggered, we were both in a trade as soon as the stream opened, like as soon as we went live, and we both got taken out. So taken out in profit. So you kind of missed it. But we're done for the day. There's 3 minutes left.
Yeah, that show was nice. I can't complain. I think it went like 130.
Yeah, no, that was a really good short. And I wish that 15-minute candle, previous 15-minute candle, gave me something to work with because I totally would have shorted this.
Hmm. When Discord, I have one. It's just me and Leo and
Two
Stowe
other
in there.
people.
It's literally just me, Leo, and Stowe, and nothing, like literally nothing happens there. Nothing. It was just because my last mentee, I made a Discord just to talk to him. And then Leo and Stowe wanted to hop in, so I got him in and they started making me custom emotes. So it's there because I don't want to get rid of the emotes. Um,
All right, cool.
Salma, you ever
That
closed out a
means
stream before?
that means XY is doing it. No, I've never done
Sure.
it, but I can do it.
You can try, yeah. Go for it.
Um,
I just do it my way and it's always terrible. So
what do you do?
I just say goodbye.
Oh, yeah, I'm thinking about doing the same exact thing.
Thanks, all have a good night. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. I know, guys. I've been really busy. There haven't been as much like videos on YouTube on my YouTube, but I will make something before Christmas for you guys. Okay. I will find the time.
I know nothing ER. I would say I definitely enjoy streaming with XY, but I also enjoy streaming with Leo. Stop trying to get me in trouble.
I
Um,
think it's a good group. Delhi's put together a really good group.
yeah, 100%. Um, okay, I'll close us out. We have a minute left. Thank you guys for tuning in. I streamed today for almost 4 hours. I enjoyed it. I hope all you guys stay safe over the holiday break. I won't be here tomorrow, so I don't know if XY is here. But
Yeah,
this
I'm
is
on
my.
right after
Go ahead.
PAX. Yep. In the morning.
All right,
I'll see you
cool.
guys
I'll
in the
tune in
morning.
for that. But I won't be here. So I'll wish you guys all a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever it is that you celebrate. And I'll catch you guys for the week after. And please be safe, as Jim always says.
Be good to each other.
And be good to each other. Yes, there you go. Thanks, XY. I knew I was missing something.
Goodbye, chat.
Ciao. Take care.